Everyone left. 10 refused to play. He just kept on. He's like, you can have the 20. You can have the 20. Until Ghost says that I win. You can have the 20. It was fucking boring, man. I'm not salty.
Away. Oh, it's making us ride the escalator. Okay, it's just auto going, but with no voices.
Just like an escalator.
And it's really fast, too.
Yeah. Oh, now we have the stop of actually being able to talk.
10, you're boring.
Xandra gets the first voice of the night.
What is that?
That's an awfully strange shape for a building. Wait, that's not even a building, is it?
Nice catch, Reen. That's actually an orbital generator. But it's so big.
It's super big. Roer has so many factories and industrial facilities that the city uses an enormous amount of orbital energy. Having large generators that send energy where it's needed is more efficient than each factory producing its own energy.
That's quite a setup.
Technology's really come a long way in such a short time.
Rainford Group Corporate HQ. Massive building.
The R reminds me of Team Rocket.
Yeah. Whoa.
I've seen the building in pictures, but it's even more commanding in person.
Guess you wouldn't expect any less from Rainford's corporate HQ.
I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I saw it either.
It's a big building, sure, though not as big as Orcus Tower in Crossbell. That's a 40-floor skyscraper, the tallest on the continent now, I think.
Oh, that's the tower we could see from Brillia Fortress, right? Yeah, that's where they were holding the trade conference last month.
Wow! No need to be so modest, Elisa. It's your family's digs. No one's gonna mind if you talk it up a bit.
I'm not trying to.
Well, shall we go inside?
Now I'm gonna do this because apparently this is something you can do and it's really funny.
You can walk down the up escalator and up the down.
Master Reen, please don't cause too much trouble. Let's make our way to the Rainford headquarters.
Right, of course. Why is she singling me out?
Okay.
Why indeed?
Master Reen?
I'm sorry. That'll give me nightmares.
Sweet dreams.
Do it again.
It only happens twice, unfortunately. I saw in the walkthrough that you could do it.
You didn't go reverse order. Wait, go back the other way.
You're right. It's so much slower.
It's just as fancy on the inside.
Are these all scale models of machines Reinford makes?
Yep. I'll tell you more about them later if you're interested.
Random person. Lady Elisa? I don't know who
I was
this
gonna
person
say
is.
Bill should do the extras so they're not doing his voice too hard. So
Yeah.
Hello, Dalton. It's good to see you again.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. It's been 6 months since you've been home. I'd heard you were attending a military academy on the outskirts of the capital. But it looks like you finally decided to come back and visit the old homestead.
Yeah, here I am. We'll be staying for the next 3 days.
I see. That's wonderful news. Keep taking good care of her, Sharon.
I certainly will.
Wow, it's one thing to hear about it, but I know what you mean. Kind of brings home the fact that she's in Reinford.
Let's just get going, okay?
Allow me to show you to the chairman's office. We'll be going up to the 23rd floor.
Let's stare out the glass window of the elevator that's completely enclosed.
it's industrial. Woo.
It's magic. Kind of. Technically.
Excuse me, Madam Chairman. I brought the ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Bring them in.
As you wish.
They came in hot. Oof.
Wow.
You can tell the buck stops here. That's one hell of a view.
So it looks like the Courageous' inaugural flyover in Heimdall and Roer was a success. But don't release an official statement until tomorrow. Yes, that'll be fine. Yes, I'd like you to begin as soon as possible, and keep a careful eye out for any insider trading. Hello, Irina Reinford speaking. Yes, I understand. Fast-track the construction on the special train if you can. No, pay it no mind. I doubt Crossbell-related shares rising is indicative of a larger market trend. But sell them all early next month. Timing is key here.
Wow. She's like a commander issuing orders across multiple fronts.
Yeah, it's impressive to see Toa do it, but Mrs. Reinford seems to have it down to a science.
She's a general on the battlefield of business.
Stare.
Ah, right.
Yeah. Class 7, you know, the people that came in to talk to you.
That literally, Sharon asked if you were okay
We
with
all
them
have
coming
other
in.
matters we need to attend to, so I'll get right to the point. Here.
What?
Thank you.
I've cleared my schedule to dine with you this evening, so anything you wish to discuss can wait until then. I'll leave the rest to you, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. When do you expect to return this evening?
I'm planning on 7. Have our guests enjoy a night cruise, if you will.
That sounds splendid. I'll make the necessary arrangements. That's it? That's all you have
Of course
to
she's
say?
gonna be upset.
I don't care if you ignore me. That's nothing new. But my classmates are here and you're on our board of directors. Would it kill you to show at least a little interest?
Elisa,
Whoa, Elisa, it's okay. You don't need to get worked up for our sake.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention.
Huh?
If you want to return in one piece, I'd suggest you steer clear of the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police. The same goes for the Marquis's mansion, though I can't imagine what business would take you there.
Thought it was pronounced Marquis.
Yeah, that's one of the words that really bothers me, that they pronounce it that way.
It's Marquis.
Yeah, they pronounce it
Marquis,
Marquis. I think you would technically pronounce that Marquis.
Usually.
Use common sense, and don't try to overstep your bounds. That'll be all.
Both.
Oh.
It's both.
Have a safe trip, Madam Chairman.
Wow, your mom's a real piece of work, Elisa.
I'll put in
The army only wishes
chat.
it was that efficient.
She certainly has the mettle to head up an international company like this, to say the least.
See? You see why I didn't want to come back now? You can't tell me that gave you a great impression of her.
I think you're being a little hard on her.
She was looking out for our safety, giving us that advice.
She
Just
does care.
Forget it. Getting all worked up and storming off in a huff is what she wants me to do, and I'm not going to give her the satisfaction.
Okay.
I like
We'll
that.
be back before sundown, Sharon.
Okay.
I'd like you to have the guest rooms and dinner preparations sorted by then. Oh, and see to our luggage, would you? As you wish. Have a safe trip, everyone.
You know, I'm all in favor of jumping right into our field study tasks. Is it really okay to just dump all of our luggage on Sharon?
I was wondering the same thing. All our luggage together must have quite a heft.
1 second. I had leftover rice from dinner.
It's Sharon. She'll be fine.
She is the super maid.
Honestly, can you imagine her breaking
My brain
Sweat?
keeps saying it's sweat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is sweat.
Breaking a sweat. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't English today. Anyways.
Honestly, can you imagine her breaking a sweat carrying suitcases? I can't.
You've got a point.
She'll probably carry them all in one go.
She probably will.
Well, looking after guests does seem to be her specialty.
Exactly. Anyway, let's see what kinds of things we've got lined up for us this trip.
All right. In particular, our metal. Here we now. All right. Inner sound, yada yada, same things as always.
Looks like she hit the sweet spot with the challenge factor.
Kind of reminds me of Machias's dad. Don't.
Machias.
I can't really deny it.
I'll bet she's so sure she's got us pegged. She probably thinks we won't be able to finish all of these. But just you watch. We'll finish up every last one before this evening. That'll show her.
Actually,
That's the spirit. Anyway, it's only 11:30 now, so we've got plenty of time before sundown. Definitely got the hang of this whole field study thing by now, so let's throw Roer some Class 7 spirit.
Right.
I was like, oh, I don't have a voice in this. Never mind. I won't say right.
Yeah, this is the opposite of last time where you had all of the voices.
Yeah.
This time it's my turn.
Your turn.
You get to take a little bit of a break. Maybe do some side characters.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yep.
Leave it to me. Go.
Tap it. Oh, this button.
You get to be sure once in a while, you know.
Yeah.
The casual sure and exposure.
I'll be in the western part of the upper level of the Roer Institute of Technology. Where is that? Oh, right here. Look at that.
Oh, the other large
I did
building.
remember where it was located.
So this is the Roer Institute of Technology. We had a request from someone here.
It's a famous university and research institute. Lots of the country's brightest technicians studied here. And a lot of them get scooped up by the Reinford Company after graduation.
They've offered George some pretty sweet deals to encourage him to apply after he graduates. Jellica's orbital bike was originally being researched here too.
I think George has mentioned that before. Sounds like they've got all kinds of cool stuff in development here. What are we waiting for? Let's go on in.
Right.
Hey, judging by those uniforms, you're all students, aren't you? They look kind of familiar, too. Oh gosh, I accidentally put him
Oh,
and Elliot's
no.
voices really close together.
Less southern. Less southern. Same range.
We're students from Thor's military academy. Are you the Ratto? I'm gonna call it Ratto because I don't know how you pronounce that name. Who sent in a request for us? Ah, so you're the students from Thor's. Of course, of course. I wonder your uniform looks so familiar. That's the academy George goes to. To be honest, I'm a bit uneasy about leaving this to you, but you look pretty strong, so hopefully it'll work out.
It figures George would have connections here. Still, gonna go out on a limb and guess that if you're worrying about how well we clean up in a fight,
Must be a dangerous job.
Kinda, yeah. Let me explain what I'd like you to do. You've heard of Professor Schmidt, right? The name does sound familiar, yeah.
Professor G. Schmidt, I believe. He was one of the leading disciples of Professor Epstein, the father of the orbital evolution. He's a really famous scholar in his own right. He followed in Epstein's footsteps, and his work helped popularize orbments.
Indeed, he's generally spoken of as something of a living legend. Professor Epstein also had two other famous students, Professor Russell and Professor Hamilton.
We know one of them.
Their names tend to crop up together quite often in the orbital sciences.
Yeah, I doubt there's a researcher out there who wasn't familiar with those three in their work.
Besides that, though, if I'm remembering right, Professor Schmidt also serves as president of the Roer Institute of Technology. Huh, you don't say.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of what he was doing these days.
Yeah, he's continuing his research before here at the Institute. He'd be pretty difficult to deal with at the best of times, though, so he doesn't really do public appearances these days. Gotta say, you seem pretty well informed. Is he an acquaintance of yours, Elisa?
Not as such, but he's apparently an old friend of my grandfather's. It's because of the orbital technology the professor brought back to the Empire that the Reinford Company grew so large. At least, that's what I've been told.
So that's how the Empire's largest company hit the big time, huh?
So you're Chairman Irena's daughter, huh? Tech must run in the Reinford blood. Might not know, but the professor's been involved with the development of the Arcus units and the orbital staffs, too. Whoa, seriously? So hard to go back and forth.
I did have a feeling that might be the case. The tech used in the Arcus units seemed more advanced than anything I've seen in standard issue battle orbments made by the Foundation.
And it sounds like the only person who could make something like that would be this professor, then.
Sounds more like a wizard by the minute.
Research I started with this little history lesson the reason I started with this little history lesson is because this request comes from Professor Schmidt himself. I work as one of his assistants, so I put in the request on his behalf. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking your ear off. So let's move on to explaining what it is I'd like you to do. By all means. Wasn't expecting that. Okay then. I want you to enter the Saxon iron mine. Bring back a small quantity of a minor metal called linium.
What's a minor metal?
It's a category of rare Let's restart that. It's a category of rare metals often used in technological development.
They also tend to come in flats and sharps.
You guys all good over there?
No. But I've never heard of linium.
I'm not surprised. It's not especially well known, even for minor metal. However, it's got some exciting potential implications in a new airship engine that's currently in development.
That'd be quite the mechanical coup.
Kinda makes me think of the Courageous. Oh, it's actually related to that, as chance would have it. In addition to the Reinford Company, both the Foundation and CCF are involved in the development of the Courageous. The university is participating too, which has gained us access to all sorts of new technology as a result. Right now, we're working day and night to see if we can push what's possible with an airship engine. Okay, so now we know why you guys want the linium for.
But why us?
Well, extremely small quantities of linium have been extracted from one of the mine's tunnels. A few years ago, dangerous monsters started taking up residence right in that very tunnel. In the end, it had to be sealed off before we could obtain a large enough sample to run tests on. Hello. How's it going?
That story does sound familiar now that I think about it. And if the ore doesn't have any proven applications, it won't be easy to get permission to access that tunnel.
That's where we stand at the present. If the professor were to petition the army, there's a possibility they'd go and secure the necessary sample. Like I said earlier, he's not the easiest man to deal with. He doesn't want to ask anyone for assistance. Not even the army.
Sounds like a real pain in the ass.
Nice. Film before work. How are you liking the game so far? I love this game series. This was the first of the Trails games I got into. The rest of them, this is their first time.
Can't say I'm not concerned about these purported monsters in the mine. If we can make a contribution to the advancement of science, we might even see linium pop up in textbooks someday.
Yeah, I think we should help him out.
I do know the mine chief, so if we explain why we want to head into that tunnel, I'm sure he'll let us in.
Oh, really? That'd be a huge help. Still, it's an older tunnel, and I doubt it's been retrofitted to the most modern safety standards. Make sure you're really careful when you go in there. Of course, precaution is the best kind of caution. I love the cold
To get to
steel
the
arc.
mine, we'll need to leave town through the eastern exit on the lower level and take the mountain path north.
I appreciate how this arc goes. The first game, the build up to things is a little slow, but then it picks up and it gets going real well. I like it.
Okay, let's get going.
I think you kept getting stuck in Rado's voice there a little bit.
It was so hard.
You see why I tried to give diverse voices as best as I can?
It was more of a mistake.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to give him a similar voice to Elliot. It was just, bless you. It was just the voice that came out when I started talking as him, and then Elliot appeared, and I was like, oh no, I've made a mistake.
Yeah.
Wait, is it telling me that I have this, which is why I can go back to him?
It's a trap!
It was a trap.
It was indeed a trap.
Even... I don't think I have this. It would be really funny if I just happened to have this. Nope, I don't. Ugh. Okay. I think you only get it from this quest, but I was like, maybe I'll have it here and we can just be done with it. Gotta go down the up.
Well, why are you going the wrong way? Just because you can?
I called
It's kind of fun.
Oh my gosh. They're so
Good.
mad.
Good. The previous games didn't do it.
Yes.
Didn't even acknowledge it.
I never tried it in this when I played it. I
This
didn't know
game
that was a thing. That's awesome.
has the attention for detail, and I love it.
Oh, that's so good.
A taco!
Speaking of doggos, I just got an alert from my ring that apparently there's a coyote walking around somewhere in town. That's cool.
Oh, exciting.
They do comment on this sort of thing. I just...
Hide your doggos.
In the previous
There's-
games...
The thing is, with where D and I live, that is just a regular occurrence. If we had an alert each time that there was a coyote in the area,
Oh gosh, it'd be like once every night.
it would be every night, every like 5 minutes. It would just happen all the
Well,
time. It's
so
like, yeah,
here's-
Outside my farm fields, I hear them from my house frequently.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm surrounded by like fields here, so we hear them, and I've seen them, and where I lived out west, I saw them quite often. You don't see them as much in the city,
Oh yeah.
so that's why I was like, "Huh, there's one in the city. That's interesting."
It happens. Yeah.
I loved the counter thing, but I had a habit of the previous 2 arcs. I would go up and down the wrong escalators all the time just because I never tried it in this game. That's really funny. Whoa, this mountain path looks kind of dangerous.
Well, at least it's maintained.
Good grief. Nobody say anything about having to climb a mountain today. I'm already feeling bushed.
Same, Crow.
There's a freight line that goes right up to the mine, right? Why can't we just use that?
Oh, come on.
We're students, not train hopping vagabonds. Just think of this as another part of our training.
Feast chest comment is hilarious.
Geez, lighten up a little, you guys.
Looks like there's some wildlife on this path that might prove dangerous, so let's be careful as we go.
Roger that.
Because we're actually bracers, and bracers in training don't use other transportation. They walk everywhere.
They walk everywhere.
It's just how it is.
You know, I can't even dispute you because we've literally done like bracers work.
Because it's true. I just realized too, bracers get paid for this stuff.
Watch out!
Yeah, we're getting paid with experience.
This is like a medical clinical. You're paying or you're getting to do this for free. And then you're getting the experience.
This is my
We're
secret.
getting
Not
the
getting paid.
experience.
The experience, yeah.
We're getting exposure.
okay?
Gosh, they're paying
Getting
us an exposure.
to the whole country.
I mean, we did technically because we flew over it in a brand new airship.
Actually exposure.
Wow, you can see all of Roer spread out from here.
You can, though the view isn't as nice as it'd be from the front.
Now that's what I call a chest.
Pro.
You missed.
Yeah, the bonk to crow that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I had to scroll down to find
Oh, a
it, and then
treasure
it
chest.
paused for a second on the loading the sound alerts again, so it was not fast enough.
Hold on. What does that one do? Quartz.
I believe that's pronounced clave, by the way.
What?
I believe that is. Hold on, let me look
I
up.
believe you. Sounds good to me. But knowing this guy's probably like, climb on.
I think this is pronounced like
They don't say things in this game right.
I think this is pronounced like the other thing is. But I can't say it because
I was right.
Mm.
it looks similar.
It could be
spelling.
either clave or clive.
Ooh.
I was right. Chat, I'm learning.
Learning.
Do you think it's
I was playing
pronounced?
Baldur's Gate. He's Balder in the Kate.
It looks very similar spelling, but I don't know.
Ghost died.
He's
Yes, they are Field City. They are learning, but you know. No, I was debating on. I think
debating.
it's pronounced not that way, but I could be
That's
wrong.
how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Yes.
Well, according to online, when it comes to Irish pronunciations of stuff, it's either Clave or Clive.
Yes, I'm just trying to remember how the other thing that is very similar in spelling is pronounced, but I think it's spelled differently, which is what makes it pronounced different. But I don't know for sure. And it's a spoiler, so I can't say it. Ooh, what's this way?
A train track. That's the freight line that runs into the mine.
Just run smack dab into it, just right into it.
Treasure chest.
Another black bell. Meow.
I'm gonna need a rest before we even get there.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this path to be so steep.
Man, you city slickers need to toughen up. Left, right, left, right.
Says the guy who didn't want to climb the mountain.
Yeah, really.
That's
He's like,
my
I can't do
treasure.
it. I just don't want to do it.
Right? Me on any given day. I could, I just
Maybe
don't
they're
want
also
to.
getting 12,000 steps in their day too.
I mean, I feel like that's probably pretty accurate based on...
I would say at least a good 10,000, if not more. Going up a mountain, heck yeah.
Oh. I want to go to Isengard.
To Isengard, to Isengard.
Thank you.
That one looks annoying. Watch out.
I already killed one of
Smack it.
these. Oh, it's a mini
Hey,
boss. Not
you have to
mini
go kill
boss,
it. It was
but, like,
annoying.
You didn't kill it.
I know,
It's
because
still annoying.
I'll go kill it later.
This is a pretty nice view.
Is later now.
Actually, I didn't even know about this place.
No, because there's a chest here.
Is it later yet?
Nope, not yet.
Is it later now?
Nope.
Is it later now?
Nope. There's another
Is it
chest over
later
here.
now?
Now that's what I call a chest.
It's a mimic.
Enemy sighted!
Hey, look, I'm killing those things. Cha.
Go!
I can do this.
Oh.
Azure!
Cha.
It's my turn. All right, let's keep on.
Meow. Hey, look, it's there.
That looks like it.
Now
this
it's
looks
later,
tough.
see?
Here we go!
Good.
I can do this.
Oh, well.
Yep, she did it
Right.
real good.
Ow.
Here we go! See!
They're
Oh, I
actually
should
kinda
really...
difficult. Dang.
It's my turn.
It's the baby one. Aw.
I need to do links.
Right.
Bye.
You can't just
Have
smack
fun
it.
at work. Thank you for
It's my
stopping by.
turn.
That's
Must have
cheap.
strategic smacking.
Eat that! Go! Go!
I've got you.
Violin Silver says bye, everyone.
Nicely done, Elisa.
Bye.
Same to you.
Bye.
Whee!
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Huh.
That's a mine.
Surprised, I take it? Welcome to the Saxon Iron Mine, birthplace of the steel that built the Empire.
It's huge. I had no idea something this large was sitting right on the other side of the mountain path. Even from where we're standing now, the structures look like they're tens of arch tall.
The cranes and ducts are so massive, it's like they're meant for giants. I guess this must be where that freight line we passed on the way here goes.
It's a lot bigger than I was expecting. Is this mine managed by the Marquis too? I'm gonna say that the proper way.
You can pronounce it either way, though. It's proper.
I'm pronouncing it the correct way.
The mine itself is actually owned by House Arner, which means it's officially under the control of the Imperial family. They decide how much iron is mined, then the ore is processed by Reinford's Iron Works and shipped all over the Empire.
Xander. Did Xander die? Oh, I died. Discord is dying. Discord, why are you dying? I make ghost.
Oh, ghost?
Hello?
My
Hello?
Discord just decided to die.
We know.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I was like, oh, it froze on us.
At first, like,
And
we
then
were kinda like
Ghost
a
is
robot,
like-
and then you didn't say anything, and then you said Xander, and then Xander was like, what?
Like all on my screen, I'm just hitting a voice line for
We're
Elisa.
like, Ghost,
Yeah.
can you hear us?
It wasn't
You
until
didn't
Vera
say
messaged
anything.
me. I was just like, I don't know why it died. Like, my stream's fine. Nothing's.
A minute to figure out what's going on, but we got there eventually.
We
Yeah.
were so confused.
It's just Discord because my
And,
stream.
like, I heard you on the
no
stream,
issues.
but I didn't hear you in the Discord.
Weird.
All right. Well, there you go, Xander. There's your voice line finally.
I was just like, did Xander die? Like, what happened?
No, you did. You did.
Apparently.
I see. Smart move in the sense that it prevents a cadre of nobles from holding a monopoly on the iron mine here.
It sounds like this place has a history of complicated politics all its own. Well, how about it? Should we head down and see if we can go inside?
Yeah, we'll need to tell the mine chief about the researcher's request. You should be able to see the entrance from here. Huh. What's that car?
It looks awfully familiar.
If I had to guess, it looks like one of the RMP's vehicles we saw in the Capitol.
You're right. What the heck are the railway military police doing all the way out here?
Doesn't look like your standard patrol, at least.
Only way to find out for sure is to head inside.
Suspicious. Zoom.
Zoomies!
If I went that fast on a mountain, I'd fall over.
Pretty sure everybody would.
Alright, I got these guys. Don't worry.
All right.
Well, thank you for your cooperation. If you'll excuse us.
All right, I'll take this guy so that Xander doesn't have to talk more than necessary, since his characters apparently are just really chatty today. Sure. Take care on your way out. Looks like the railway military. Let's try that one again.
Are you having a stroke? I have to tell someone.
Maybe. I just completely stumbled over that word for some reason. Looks like this. Hold on. Looks like the railway military police really are here.
Why would they come out to a mine?
Hmm? Who are you kids? What are you doing here?
It's great to see you again, Rudolph.
Well now, if it isn't little Elisa. It's been ages since I last saw you around here. What brings you... Oh, looks like you brought some friends this time too. Actually, we're...
I mean, they are her friends.
Ah, so you're the group from that military academy? I heard you were scheduled to come, but I guess the date slipped my mind.
Sorry to drop in unannounced.
Now I'm just getting old. Oh, no trouble at all. The doors of Saxon are always open for little Elisa. Though I suppose you're not so little anymore. You've really grown up since I last saw you. Ah, is that young fellow with the black hair your sweetheart?
Of course not. We're just classmates.
Yeah, what she said. Of course, girl.
Wait, is there something you've been keeping from us?
I admit, I wasn't expecting you to know the foreman.
Well, grandfather brought me here quite a few times when I was young. And the chief was always really nice.
You've got some friends in high places. Well, Glenn was always good to us miners. For the chairman of such a huge company, he was always so easy to get along with. I could talk with him like a friend. I know what you mean. Oh, come to think of it, you all go to Thor's, so you must know Angelica Ragnar, right? How's she doing?
So you know Angelica too?
That I do. She used to work here as a part-timer after all. Say what? Why?
A daughter of one of the 4 great houses working in a mine?
Why is this a surprise to any of you?
This is not surprising at all, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, she's Marcus Ragnar's daughter. Can't say I know much about her family situation. But she never mentioned it back when she started here, and she picked up the work in no time. Put in a harder day's work than most of our regular miners, too. You don't see too many gals out there like her. I can hardly believe it, and yet, somehow, I can.
Well, it sounds just like her.
There's nothing normal about Angelica. Every time I've got my eyes on a girl, she'll swoop in and have them head over heels for her before I get a chance.
She sounds less like a noble by the minute.
Are you all just figuring that out? Well, it takes all sorts, doesn't it? Gotta say, I kinda miss those days, though. Ranford's current chairman. She's a sharp lady and quite a looker, too, but she's none too friendly. Never shows her face around here, and considering how much of a workaholic she is, don't imagine she ever will. I beg your pardon. Didn't mean to speak badly of your mother, Louisa. Hope you can forgive me.
No, it's all right, really. I might be her daughter, but I probably know less about her these days than the company board.
At least, oh, by the way, why do I have such trouble with this series of words in his voice?
Slow down.
Oh, by the way, what were the railway military police doing here? I executed that way better than I thought it would. I thought I was going to start cracking up before I finished the sentence.
Exotic butters.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's the same.
Exact same.
It's exactly the same. Exotic butters. Railway military police.
That was all. Okay. Nope. That's how we're doing that. We're sticking with it. Oh.
That's a ghost broken, by the way.
You were broken too. Thank you.
Nope, that's just a ghost broken.
That's just a ghost broken. I can laugh and not be broken. You really got yourself there.
It was so funny. Oh, those guys? They've been dropping by quite a bit lately, asking some questions about our operations. Today they were badgering me for all sorts of statistics about how much ore we've been mining.
That seems like an odd question, even for the RMP.
Did I die again?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Xander, did you die?
I'm here. Why would they have a need for information like that? I don't know, but it sounds more than a little fishy.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what it was they were trying to figure out. Anyway, I'm guessing that's not the reason you trekked all the way out here.
Oh, right.
Oops, I can't believe we almost let it slip our mind. Actually, there's something we were hoping you could help us with. So that's your business, is it? I do recall a metal like that being found in those old tunnels. But we sealed that shaft off quite a while back because of the dangerous monster decided to make the place its haunt. Sounds like you already know that much, though. You really certain you want to head in there? Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
We wouldn't normally ask to do this, but it's part of our field study.
Monster on field studies are one of our specialties.
Alright then. You all look like you could handle yourselves in a tussle, I'll admit. Suppose you'd be able to hold your own against whatever's in there. This'll open the door to the mine shaft itself.
Thank you so much.
Don't mention it. If you keep on this way and head east at the junction, you'll see the shaft to the sealed mine. You'll see the entrance to the sealed mine shaft. But it bears repeating. Be careful in there. No one's been inside for years now. We will.
Alright, let's mosey.
Which would mean that it's not safe for us to go in there because the oxygen level's probably not great if it's nobody's in there and you've sealed it off.
Yeah.
But is the yellow canary still alive?
Probably not. If I had to hazard a
problem.
guess.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Doors are locked. Use the key. Go in the door.
All right. Yep. Okay.
These tunnels really are gloomy.
Well, we are in an abandoned mine shaft. What were you expecting? Confetti parades?
Absolutely.
We need to stay on guard for the monsters, too. It was obviously dangerous enough to seal off the entire tunnel.
Yeah, caution is our first priority here.
Alright. Let's see if we can find some of this selenium. Stay on your guard. We don't know what we might find us in here.
Roger.
Roger, roger.
All right. I need to run to the bathroom.
I will slowly
So-
progress through this area.
I honestly don't know if I'll be back in time. I'll try to rush it.
I mean, don't hurt yourself.
I spy treasure.
Purgatorial Flame. What a name. It's a fat bat. Get back here, fat bat. I don't know what they're actually called, but they look like a fat bat to me. Shield bug. It's over here.
Well, I haven't seen anything that fits the description we were given.
They said they'd only found small amounts of it back before the tunnel was sealed. Well, I didn't realize this was the quest spot.
I didn't. What?
Apparently, I had to walk 5 feet down the hill and I hit the cutscene.
All right. Shall we keep looking? We should probably make a more thorough sweep of the area. I'm so bad at these voices. This is not my forte. Oh.
Listen.
It's a mushroom. Maybe it's friendly.
Ah, what's that? That must be the monster we were warned about. It looks like a mushroom jellyfish.
Jelly shroom.
So it decided to come out and greet us after all, huh?
Or a mush fish?
No.
No, jelly shroom sounds better.
Which is also a thing in Subnautica, as a side note, but you know.
Yes, they are. Those they're the bioluminescent ones, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are bioluminescent in that game.
Well,
but yes, one of them.
You knew what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Ready or not, we're in for a fight.
Watch out. This is a tough one. Go! Azure...
I can do this.
Right.
I can do this.
Right. Is everybody okay?
I killed that faster than I thought I would.
Mm.
Hey, Makia's leveled up.
I did it.
Wow. You did it, Machias. Good
Look
job.
at you go, Machias. Phew. Glad that's over.
Oh.
Huh. Is it just me, or does this look exactly like a nice chunk of linium?
So that monster had eaten it? That was a bit rougher for a ride than I was prepared for. Still, that mission's accomplished, I guess.
Yeah, let's get back. Let's get this back to the Institute of Technology.
Let's say goodbye to the chief on the way out if we get the chance.
If I'd have known that was going to be a thing, I would have gone this way. Yep, back here, you fat bat.
All right, I'm back.
Literally, the freaking fight cutscene was right here.
Oh.
5 feet from the freaking entranceway. I was like, really? I literally turned the corner and was like, oh, I'll go explore this little offshoot. Because surely I'll have to come down here. Nope. Nope, the scene happened over there. But you're back just in time for us to go leave. We can go say goodbye to the chief and then we can save and get out of here. Wrong way. I'm gonna save here just in case it decides to do some screwy things when we say goodbye to him. Oh, okay. I figured it would just be a cutscene. Never mind. Do I have to walk all the way back? Ugh. I really have to walk all the way back to the town.
That looks like a strong one. Be careful.
Dang. It almost never makes us walk all the way back. Okay. We're going to save and end here, though, because I think we'll end up in the cutscene for the dinner, which will then take a while, so.
Fair enough.
We shall end it here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate y'all. We will be back on Wednesday for more voice acting. Maybe tomorrow with Expedition 33. Maybe. Have to see. Have to see what's going on. Maybe back then, we may not. But thank y'all for watching. We'll see ya next time. Bye.